we spiritually deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition, stripped of our names, our language, our culture, our country, our God, and our religion? That we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all of the years that we're living, for us there's nothing but hell, pain, torture, and misgiving. Yet the Bible speaks of a heaven filled with material luxury, which the white man and the preacher has right here, so we see. So my friend, take it for what it's worth. Heaven and hell are just two conditions of life, and they're both right here on this earth. To the east, he was living in the caves of Europe on the level of the beast, eating the bark of trees and eating flesh raw, till God sent Moses to civilize him and teach him the law. Then, following many of his explorers, he gained entry into Asia and Africa. From China, he took silk and gunpowder. From India, he took jute, manganese, and rubber. He raped Africa of her diamonds and her gold. And from the Mideast, he took barrels of oil untold, deceiving, raping, robbing, and murdering everything in his path. The whole black world has tasted of the white man's wrath. So, my friend, it's not hard to tell a white man's heaven is a black man's hell. Before we came to America, we were living in the east by the Nile River, living in luxury, enjoying freedom, justice, and equality. We wore silken robes and slippers of gold. The wealthiest and the wisest people untold. Now we are the poorest of the poor. Nobody wants us at their door. So my friend, it's easy to tell, white man heaven is a black man hell. Came to America, he told the Indian, I am your white brother. He said, red man, I'll treat you the best. Yet until he pushed the Indian further west, with his white woman and fire water, tricks and lies, he stole America. The original owner of this nation is hooked up on a reservation. It's easy to tell that a white man heaven is a black man needed you, black man, so he commissioned Sir John Hawkins to commit the world's most grievous sin, to take a man who's born to be free and bring him down to slavery. Sell a man as merchandise, on his body put a price. So my friend, it's easy to tell that a white man heaven is a black man. Showed up in our country, telling us of a land filled with luxury. He said, black man, follow me to America. There you find more gold for your labor. Our foreparents were tricked onto his boat. Since that time we've been wrestling with the gold. We landed here, Jamestown, Virginia, 400 years to suffer. So my friend, it's easy to tell, white man heaven is a black man's hell. Liberty, oh, give us The whole black world has their eyes on you to see what the so-called Negro is going to do. So my friend, it's easy to tell our unity will give the white man hell. In the 15th chapter of Genesis it reads, "And God said to Abram, know of a surety that thy seed will be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. And they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. But after that time I will come, and I will judge that nation which they shall serve." Our God and Savior, Allah has declared the white man's day is done. He has given us a divine messenger, one prophesied to come. His name is Elijah. We now can stand up the whole wide world to tell our God has come to give us heaven and take the devil into hell.
In the name of my ancestors, Peace forever and always, and welcome to another spontaneous edition of what we call the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty, mighty, mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. We just finished listening to a record that came from the Nation of Islam in the 1960s, and it was sung by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. The title of the song, A White Man's Heaven is a Black Man's Hell. And those words still ring true in 2026. There are verses in the song that I cannot forget. I always remember. And before the song ended, he talked about the whole black world is waiting on you to see what the so-called Negro is going to do. The Black American, the freedman, the Moor, the Muslim, the Black conscious, the Kemetic, the Nubian, all these different names for the same people, because even in 2026, the people still remain identity confused. They cannot come together so they can determine a name that all can agree upon. This is a problem, because if you cannot come together in a civil manner and discuss, this is what we are, and identify ourselves as a people, what are you going to do for the world? Why should they wait on you when you are identity confused? You don't know what to do with yourself. It is not that you couldn't, but there's a difference when we know certain things. We can know about electricity, we can know about car repair, we can know about plumbing, and we can know so many things. But if we don't know how to apply what we know, then it means nothing. To learn how to read and to learn how to write, but we don't know how to apply that knowledge, or our application is poor, there is no benefit to reading and writing. So what's the sense of having supreme wisdom and all this knowledge and understanding and being awoke, being conscious, when we do not know how to apply once we awaken? Once we go from unconscious to conscious, but yet we still cannot do any better. We still are in a state of ignorance. We are still in a state of non-action. And even the Bible talks about faith without works means nothing when there is no action. There's no understanding if you don't know how to apply what you know. So in reality, we are worse off than our slave ancestors, and we are worse off than those in 1930. We are worse off than those in 1960. We feel good, and that's what we complain about the church. And yet we who claim I am awoke, I am conscious, your actions, you sound better, but you aren't doing any better. This is why they are still in the church. They're still in the church. They are still in the pool hall. They are still at the dope shelter, whatever you want to call it, dope house. They are all still there because you offer nothing different. They don't see anything different. I might as well stay where I'm at. Because beauty attracts. Success attracts. And besides talk, and many will come to see you because you sound good, but they end up going right back to the dope house, and they go right back to stripping, to the strip clubs, and they go back to church. Because what looks good and sounds good ain't always good. So the whole black world is waiting on you, the black American, and even you say it. But you just don't have your act together because you don't know how to apply what you know. And you don't know how to update. If I am having problems with this computer, it is because maybe it has not been updated. The software is old. And when we listen to all this talk, all this rhetoric, it is old. Malcolm said this, and Elijah Muhammad said that, and they did this 5,000 years ago. It's all old. There's no updates. This is 2026. But you can't have an update without a living person because those who are dead cannot do it. It has to be somebody alive that can perform an update. Nobody gone can perform an update. And so many of us, or the black community, the soul brothers and sisters in America, we lack an update. We don't want to let go of our old computers. We don't want to let go of our old way of thinking. And without an update, you cannot move forward. You don't have to drive a car. You can ride a horse. But in this modern society, a horse is not an update. You don't want a horse. You want to get in your car, even though gas prices are $5, $6 or whatever. You want to get in your car and drive. You don't want to get on a horse. The car is the update. We probably would be doing better if we still were riding horses. Better for the environment and whatever. But in this society, built on oil, we cannot get around. So what are you going to do? Well, you can't blame the women. I know there are those who want to blame the black woman for this. You can't blame our children. Who are we going to blame? We got to blame the black man. Why? Because he said, I am the leader. I am the head of household. I'm the mucho grande, the head niggo in charge. I'm the head of household. I'm the leader. I'm God. I'm a warrior. I'm the provider. Because you said that. You accept that title as long as it's easy. Because you think head of household and leadership is nothing but bullying your wife and bullying your children, controlling the dog in the house. That's easy to do. Boys can do that. In fact, in some countries, boys actually can tell their mama what to do. They put the male over the female. So even as a boy, you can tell your mama and grandmama, any woman, any adult woman what to do. And you view that as leadership. Because you can bully some women and children and push the elderly around. I'm the elderly. I'm the elderly, okay? You can push me around. What are you going to do? So what has this black man, this soul brother in this country, what have they done? Well, a lot of them proudly, with no shame, I'm going to go vote. Who you going to vote for? I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. Black men for Donald Trump. No shame. Well, you got Donald Trump. The orange Nazi. You see what your vote and your support, you see what that orange Nazi, you see where he has put us. And this is not to say that the lady would have been any better, and we don't know. But this is what we know. We're living it now. So whatever she might, coulda, woulda, shoulda, we don't know. Because all these presidents have been puppets for the blue state. Both parties puppets for the blue state. What does the black man, what does the black American man have to offer, Mr. Leader? A bunch of religious babbling. Now, I really don't mess with social media like I used to. Keep up with a little bit. And I'm looking for guidance. I'm looking for leadership from the black man who they say they are the leaders. What do you see? Bunch of black men who kissing the orange Nazi in his backside. Because they Many of them still doing pretty comfortable despite gas prices. They still support the Nazi. What else do you see from Mr. Leader, Mr. Black Man, the God? He's the God, he's the leader. I'm the head of household, I'm the provider. Mr. Man. What do we see from him? Religious babbling, still babbling about religion. God is going to do this, and God, and have your faith in the God. God is. Why don't you bring your God to the gas pump? Bring your God to the thousands who have been killed by bombs in Lebanon, Iran, and Yemen, Beirut. Where's your God? And even in America, the black man and woman, we're still in this country being discriminated against. Our women and children are missing. Where's your God? Allah and Jesus and Yahweh and Yashara, whatever these things are, that's who we waiting on your religious babbling and the beefing. I'm better than you. I'm smarter than you, and all of you don't have a pot to piss in. Mr. Man. Arguing over identity. These identities that you did not create. Many of these identities not well thought out. You arguing and debating, and bombs are dropping over the earth, and missiles are flying. Thousands are dying, and this is a conversation. This is the kind of conversation that the black leadership has. What is the Pan-African offering us? I watched the video. I'm looking for leadership, because you say the black man is God. You say that you have all this wisdom and understanding. So now we are in a dire situation. What do you get from the Pan-African? They still building a school. Not in Africa. Still building a school in America for the last 16 years or whatever. The black conscious community, the men, what have they done? They've been making a lot of babies. And many of these providers and men, they've been giving these women babies and leaving these women. They don't talk about, they don't make that known, but they are leaving, abandoning their families. Go find them another woman to make 10 babies with. That's what the black conscious community do. What is the black American man doing? He's getting drunk. Crying about, how come a woman won't sleep with me? I need me some pussy. That's what they talking about. That's what I see. Drugs and entertainment. That's all you see. And the continuation of making false promises and giving you false hopes, and y'all drink it up. The leaders, that's the best your leadership can do. Somebody told me, your problems, snupper, whatever you want to call yourself, you don't travel. I don't. I've traveled this country. I've seen a little bit of Mexico, and I've seen a little bit of Canada. I don't care about that. All this travel. See, you need to travel. Go to Egypt. go to Dubai somewhere. You know, you need to travel. Go to Laos, China. Anyway, snub, you don't know nothing about the world because you don't travel. So, Mr. Leader, since you travel, then that means it's giving you something that I don't know nothing about. I'm ready to follow you because you got it going on. You know more than I do. Because you are traveling man. And many of these black men, American men, that's what they have done. They travel. But yet their leadership has not produced anything because they travel. And a lot of them have traveled. They make videos. I've been to this country, I've been to that country, blah, blah, blah. And so we say, and okay, you traveled to such and such. What is the benefit? You haven't traveled probably more than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And out of all his travels, it has produced nothing for his Nation of Islam. It has produced nothing for the black community. The only thing, if it had any kind of benefit, it was strictly for his own vanity. Look how Iran, the people come out, because you're a preacher. No different than when Michael Jackson traveled across the earth. I want you to sing for me. I want you to dance for me. I want you to buck shuffle for me. You're a good preacher. I like for you to talk. Come here and talk for me. And you go there and talk. They give you the key to the country or give you the key to a city. And that's all that benefit. Okay, so what's up? That's all. The whole black world is waiting on you to see what the so-called Negro is going to do. And the leader is the black man. The God. You say. This is what y'all say. But when we see your actions, we don't see a leader. Religious babbling, mad because women won't give you no pussy and sports and drugs and God, you're religious babbling and that's, you know, and you supposed to be conscious, talking a lot of nonsense. Whose fault is that? That's not my fault. That's your fault. Because you claim something that you don't qualify for. You want something easy. That's why you can't be around me. Because I know what that means. You're supposed to be ready for this time. Our ancestors wish they could have been in this position. This is the perfect time, and I've told you since 2018, get ready for this kind of time. This type of opportunity. But you don't have leadership. You have folks playing with your emotion. You have folks that really don't understand what leadership is. And since you really don't know yourself, fall for it. According to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam, the black man or God, woo, you don't want none of this. You don't want none of this. According to those teachings, the black man writes his history 25,000 years in advance. Oh. Here you are. Y'all follow this teaching since 1930. And there's no evidence that you have wrote your history 1 hour in advance, least to say 25,000 years in advance. You have to be an amazing leader. You have to have an amazing sense of forethought in order to write a history 25,000 years in advance. You're supposed to be a leader. You got to see the writing on the wall. On this platform, in 2018, we were blessed with an idea perfect for this time, had you embraced it and prepared. And now it's time for you to suffer the consequences of your laughter, because this might be the end. You have lunatics with powerful weapons. And contrary to popular belief, even if there was nuclear war, it does not mean the end of the human race. But what it will do, and maybe World War III, nuclear war would be a good thing. Why would you say that? Why would you say World War III would be a good thing? Because the survivors of World War III won't give a damn about the color of your skin. The survivors of World War III won't give a damn about your gender or your lack of gender. Or your country where you come from, or none of these things. The survivors of World War III will only be interested in survival. And they will be happy to see another human being regardless. So happy to see somebody else that was alive. And all this sexism and racism and all this ism crap, classism, all that will be destroyed. It's a damn shame. It'll take a world war, it will take nuclear war to destroy racism, sexism, and all this ism garbage once and for all. Because believe me, the survivors won't create this again. They will pass it down to their future generations. We don't want to make this mistake before. They just sent a rocket, or it looked like These people lie so much. I don't know what to... These folks lie so much. But we just watched a rocket supposed to be going to the moon. Nice. You want to go to the moon while thousands of people are being murdered. Infrastructure. The things that make us able to live in this life founded upon oil. It makes no sense. You have homeless people living in their cars. How can you send somebody to the moon when human beings are living in their cars and trucks up under highways? What the hell is wrong with you? But we are following leadership. Male leadership. It goes back to the man. You can't blame women for none of this. You can't blame children for none of this. And the good, so-called good men, you're sitting on your ass. And you're allowing this trash to destroy your legacy. You keep talking about, I want babies for my legacy. And these fools gonna burn your legacy up in nuclear fire. Everything that you earn, everything that you are, you're gonna sit on your ass and let these idiots burn you to death. What kind of man, what kind of leadership? Who the hell are we following? Scared of a few handful of men. Idiot men putting guns in their hand to fight for trash. You don't have no mind on your own, just blind followers and bunch of cowards. The Nation of Islam, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught in the teachings. He taught that dissatisfaction causes change. In America, we've never been in a time besides the Vietnam War era. Never in our lifetime. Some of us did live through the Vietnam era. But this is different. Because even white people, many of them are sick of it. Many of them are beginning to realize that America has always been the problem. And they are waking up out of the sleep. They are rising up and pointing to the troublemaker. I saw an older white lady who was involved in the march, the King's March, no more King's March. And somebody asked her, somebody asked her, how do you feel there's no black people out here? It ain't black people problem, she said. And if they do come out here, chances are, if somebody get hurt, they gonna be the ones go to jail. They the ones gonna get hurt. Keep your ass at home. This a white man problem. This a white woman problem. Woo! You ain't never heard nothing like that before. No more kings. The corruption is so bad, they can see that it is even against the Constitution that they're supposed to represent. That's how terrible it is. They see exactly, so many beginning to act, actually, even the people in the MAGA Some of the people in America apologizing. I was brainwashed. So here you are. And the song said the whole black world, not the black world, the whole world waiting on you to see what the so-called Negro is going to do. And had you not laughed and made mockery of this, Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign, had you not laughed, but I understand because you're childish, you're not mature, you're followers, you don't have a leadership mindset. So I'm not upset. But had you 2018, you had from 2018 to 2025 to get ready for this. To put yourself in a position to be not only the leader of yourself, but bring the answer and bring the leadership to the dissatisfied, the 70% dissatisfied in this nation. Oh, woo, man. You miss an opportunity. Now you have to suffer the consequences. Our leadership that we're supposed to have is nothing, it's just like a cow eating grass at the slaughterhouse. You at the slaughterhouse. A cow at the slaughterhouse don't know what's getting ready to happen. They just do their cow thing. And the line slowly moves forward till it's your turn to get sliced up. And that's all black men leadership can do for us. They don't grow. They have no wisdom. They have no strategy. They have no plan. They have no purpose. They don't have nothing. Here we are in a moment of turmoil, in a moment of war. You have a government that you call your enemy who has stretched itself thin. And you can't take advantage of it. Whenever you stretch something and you keep stretching, it's bound to break. Actually, Donald Trump, the orange Nazi, really is a blessing. He's a blessing to those who can take advantage of his stupidity, his arrogance. But you're not a leader. But we said on this platform, get yourself together and wait for your opportunity. Wait for the time. Be ready in the position. But you rather listen to those, you're funny, that's stupid, What is it that they say? What is that they always used to say? I forgot what the crap they used to say. Pipe dream. Yeah, pipe dream. So you don't offer a pipe dream. What do you offer the people? Nothing. You didn't offer nothing then, and you're not offering nothing now. This is a missed opportunity to get you what you claim that you want. See, leadership is easy when it's bullying women and children and your dog Scruffy. That's easy. And that's the way we say. Leadership is easy when all thing you have to do is talk and don't produce nothing. These folks are leaders. These folks have the supreme wisdom and they have produced nothing. Some of them have thousands of followers. Some of them have taken millions of dollars from your pocket. And as long as they can sell you a pretty story, it's all right. Now you're going to suffer the consequences, being stupid. Still playing with a computer that cannot update. Following dead people. Malcolm, folks have actually gotten angry at me because I don't say Malcolm this or Dr. King that or whatever, promoting some dead person. No, I take what Malcolm say, I take what Fred Hampton done or said, I take what Marcus Garvey say, and I put it in the living computer and I update it. That's what I do. An update brings progress. When you don't update, you stay back there wherever Windows 3 is, that's where you stay at. Windows 7, those things, Microsoft don't support those things no more. They don't support Windows 10 no more. You have to update. If you don't update, your system's gonna start having problems because they don't have support. Your computer don't have support by Microsoft, who run all of it. They tell you if you don't update, you're on your own. And when you don't update, more of opportunity, you will get viruses and you can easily get hacked because you don't have Microsoft support no more. And here we are, we don't have nothing. And the government has never tried to hurt none of these people. And you should wonder about that because they're no threat. I'm a little guy, I'm a nobody, but you should really wonder why Facebook and YouTube tear down my channels. For what? I'm not using profanity. I'm not showing my private part. I'm not doing anything foul and vulgar. It's the mindset that I'm promoting. You don't have to agree with what I say. And I won't get upset because I know you don't understand. But they understand the potential. What if they do listen to that? They know they're going to have problems. If you had embraced and implemented this thing that we call the Mississippi campaign, you would be in such a good position to really make some moves right now while your enemy is distracted. But your leadership don't think that far. Your leadership don't think at all. Your leadership acts upon, feeds your emotion, only makes you feel good. Like a man feeding a woman some bull and then produce a baby and then he's out of there. You got the baby, now you're on your own. That's all they do. Well, I gave you the information. I gave you the baby, now you're on your own. You laughed. How can, see, you have to be stupid to laugh at a person who was locked up for 10 years in a mental institution. And I got out using their law. I was in a position where they could have legally murdered me. I see Iran in myself. A little guy. And what's so tacky, they are double teamed. They got all these forces against them. I'm all by myself. I have to fight the state of Missouri. I have to fight these doctors. I have to fight the employees. I even have to fight my family. Because they laugh. You shouldn't have been there. Which I agree. I was warned. I could have done better. But when you get emotional, emotion does not allow us to properly think. And that's all this black conscious Pan-Africanism, Kemetic stuff, and the church and the Islam, that's all it has done to us is feed our emotion. It does not give us something that causes us to be able to think for ourselves and produce. Because if we thought for ourselves, we actually would leave them. We would leave Pan-Africanism. We would leave the FBA, the ADOS, and all this other stuff in the church and the Islam and the Moors. And we would leave all of it. Because those things can only take you so far, and they can only feed your emotion. They cannot produce nothing tangible. This situation, we would have been in the best position to make some real moves. Don't have any leadership. What is the Congressional Black Caucus doing? I don't hear nothing from them since Donald Trump, the orange Nazi, been in office. We don't hear nothing from the Congressional Black Caucus. All our leadership has failed because they're not leaders anyway. Nothing but a bunch of managers. Managers for the Peckerwood, or people who just sit around selling us fairy tale stories. One or the other. You don't have no leaders. The only leaders we had, dead and gone, and they did the best they could with what they knew in 1960, 1930, 1940. They couldn't handle 2026 unless they get an update. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm doing. But I took on the state of Missouri by myself. Helpless like Iran. But then, I was able to get a little bit of power. Not much. I'm still locked up. But I was able to get a little dab of power. I learned how to use those law books. That changed the whole thing. Then I start smashing them with lawsuits and different motions. Just keep pow, 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 pow. A lot of it didn't work. Don't make no difference. Pow, pow, pow. And they pow back. They try to punish me. Just like Iran, you take the hits. You take the hits and you keep pow, 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 pow. Then finally, I made the hit that made them go, ow! Woo! It's on and popping. And when you fight, you begin to see, just like Iran has shown the world, these devils, these demons, they're not as powerful as you thought they was. Even Ukraine, battling Russia 4 years. Our problem, we're scared. We're following these leaders, they scared. We're following leaders who are actually comfortable living in the oppression. They brag about the money that they have. They call you broke. They take your money and call you broke when you disagree with their foolishness. All of them are poverty pimps. They're not leadership, they're poverty pimps. Because leadership, you can't be a leader and you comfortable in the oppression that you're supposed to be fighting. All your resources go to the fight. I kept smashing them. Pow, 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 pow. It got to the point, let this dude go. We sick of it. I wore them down. They got sick of the fight. I didn't have nothing to lose. Iran don't have nothing to lose. They can only gain. They have nothing to lose. I didn't have nothing to lose. Pow, 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 pow. Iran needs to continue. Pow, 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 pow. How many of you have heard of Mike Tyson? Shout out to Mike Tyson, one of my favorite boxers. I know. Don't make no sense to even try to lie. I know I could not be in the ring with Mike Tyson. It's not gonna happen. Even when I was younger, I'm not gonna get into. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't, but I know that I wouldn't. Mike, I cannot beat Mike Tyson. But that don't mean I can't beat Mike Tyson. Because Mike Tyson is still human. And as great as Mike Tyson is, if he make a mistake, like we said in the hood, if you trip, I can beat Mike Tyson. He's stronger than I am. He weighs more than I am. He's a professional boxer. But if he tripped, I can beat Mike Tyson. And the number one thing is, don't be scared. You have in your mind, I can beat this dude. Don't be scared. He's nothing but a man. So you get in the ring with Mike Tyson, and you just watch for the weakness, the weak spots. He make a mistake. And you can knock Mike Tyson out. Iran knows that it cannot just outright battle the United States. So now Iran is using strategy. Well, I cannot physically go toe-to-toe with the United States, but what I can do, we're going to mess with them economically. So you can keep throwing bombs all you want to. I'm going to throw my bombs at what feeds you, feeds your allies, feeds the world. I'm going to mess this oil line up. I'm going to disrupt this Strait of Hormuz. I'm going to hit your data centers. I'm going to take on your bases where you got your planes and your other crap just laying there. And anybody that's supporting you, I'm going to kick them in that. That's what I did when I was locked up. I put out lawsuits not only against that stupid hospital, all the employees. I thought we was friends. You work for them. Every employee, I could get their name or whatever, I sued them. It got to the point nobody wanted to mess with me no more. I don't mess with him. He'll sue you, take you to court. And the thing about it, it was all free. I have the right to use the legal system, and it was free for me to do it, and I done it. So I disrupted the employees, sued the doctors, sued everybody involved. But what really messed them up was when I filed a restraining order on them, claiming abuse. And abuse has to be investigated. See, when you're sitting behind bars and nobody helped you, you're just a victim. But when I began to send those motions out to people outside of them, it was on and popping. More and more countries are deciding, even though they might suffer, more and more countries are removing themselves away from the United States of America. They don't know part of that. It's an unjust war. It's an illegal war where they have already committed war crimes. These people need to be brought to justice. Just like they run around talking about bringing people to justice, Donald Trump and Bibi Nayagwe and whatever his damn name is, all of them need to be brought to justice. They've committed war crimes because the cowards can't beat Iran. Playing fair, playing to the rules. bunch of cowards. I am Iran. So I know how Iran feel. And Iran can't beat them as long as they leave the nukes alone. But see, that's the problem here. If the United States and the blue state, they get so frustrated because they know they can't win this. And they want to go to nuclear warfare. That's Pandora's box. That means you open the door for everybody else. Well, the United States do it. We all can do it. So Taiwan is in trouble. South Korea is in trouble. Whole lot of folks going to be in trouble. And like I said, maybe World War III would be a good thing. Because if the men, we standing around here doing nothing, Mr. Leader, Mr. God, whatever, you deserve to die in hellfire. And you wish it on others, but you're going to see it yourself. That nuclear fire vaporize your body. You see your flesh dissolve. Because you sit on your ass begging for pussy. Smoking weed. Waiting on God. You praying to God while your body begin to melt. Your hair start frying. Because you let this Nazi and the Nazis' massa take all of us to hell. I didn't want to say nothing, but I got to say, and I feel so much proud. I'm proud to say, I told you so. We're supposed to be in a better position. We should be able to take advantage of the 70% dissatisfaction. Because before we got to this point, we could actually show the American people, all the American people, this, like Montel Jordan said, this is how we do it with real leadership. Real leadership. You have no vision, you have no plan, you have no strategy, you have nothing. Jealous of little angel snuffed up 7 because we got the plan. We have the right mindset. We have the strategy. I've been around all this stuff. All this stuff that impressed you. I've been around it since I was a little boy. Been there, done that. I have grown. I understand what I was taught. While you regurgitate and you copy and you plagiarize and you sell fairy tale stories and you feed emotion and produce nothing. So now you have to suffer the consequences. You decided, all of you, Pan-African, Kemetic, whatever, conscious, Nuwabian, all this stuff, with all the Moors, whatever, this Nation of Islam, all of you have decided to stay on the boat with the orange Nazi. Now you have no choice but to ride. Because your faith is not in God. Your faith is not in Egypt or Yahshua, Yahshua, whatever, all this stuff that y'all believe in. No, your real faith, the pecker wood will protect you. The pecker wood will keep feeding you in this life. That's why you have the time to talk about women not giving you no pussy, and sports and drugs and drinking, and what Jay-Z did yesterday, and God, and go and worship the God. It's people in the Middle East trying to pray, and these suckers dropping bombs on them. The first people to die in the war was little girls. I'm going to say this and get out of here. How can you as a man sit around and can't do nothing when these little girls, if men are protectors of women, how can you sit around and don't want to do nothing when little girls, little innocent children, murdered like that? Well, they ain't mine. They could be yours. What did you do? What was it, 1963, 1964? Those 4 little girls was bombed in Alabama, I believe, in the church. What you do? Sandra Bland was killed. We basically don't do nothing. Mr. Man, Mr. Leader. What's her name? Breonna Taylor. We don't really do nothing. We begged and hoped the Pecker would give me justice. Give me justice. But they went all out the way. You go all out your way to murder another black man or woman, soul brother and sister. They went all out their way. They did not bother, what's his name? The director of the FBI, Herbert Hoover, whatever his damn name is. They ain't bother him. He's a troublemaker. They didn't try to knock him off. Oh, but Malcolm said something bad about our messenger. Malcolm a trouble, he's a slanderer. Who more of a troublemaker than J. Edgar Hoover? Didn't do nothing to him. Didn't try to do nothing to him. But let me say something. Let a sister say something. Oh, we got to get them. I'm going to stab you. You disrespected my God. You disrespected. Who is more of a disrespect than this nation that you live in? And you don't do nothing, sit on your ass and talk about, gotta handle it. Gotta handle it. Mr. Man, Mr. God, Mr. Leader. I wouldn't follow you to the bathroom. Your leadership has done nothing for the black community. Absolutely nothing. They added nothing to the civil rights gains of the 1960s. Added nothing to it. Only benefit. Including all this blackity black Pan-African stuff. They talk about Dr. King or whatever. You benefit from it. You ain't added nothing. And these suckers slowly chipping away at all these gains. You just like them. We really don't need no reparations. We don't need that no more. Fool, stupid. As a leader, you know you might have to get down. You don't want to. Iran did not start this war. The war came to them. These pieces of trash been bringing war to us going on 500 damn years. And they're going to keep doing it until we decide, let's get down. We're going to have to get down. And that's This was putting us in a position so we can get down. You can mess with us, but believe me, when it's over, you ain't gonna mess with us no more like that. That's, I'm gonna say this and we're gonna get out of here. That's the message Iran is bringing to these pieces of trash. We can lose, but you ain't gonna mess with us like that no more. So it don't make no difference. Iran is going to be the winner regardless. Like what we say here on this platform. We win even when we lose. So you can't beat us. Because even when we lose, we won. You're not going to beat Iran. Because Iran is going to win even when they lose. You pieces of garbage. These Negro Trump supporters. Many of them gone silent. I remember watching, what's his name? I had a little respect for him. Then I saw him dress up in an Uncle Sam costume, happy that the orange Nazi won. What's his name? Charleston White. A clown. What is he saying now? I don't keep up with him. What is he saying now about his orange Nazi massa? These clowns. But now you got to suffer the consequences because you can't recognize leadership. Now you're on this train, not the soul train. Now you're on this train of death and destruction. Who knows where the hell you're going to end up. And don't you know the blue state, their committee, Congress, whatever it is, they just passed a law where they can assassinate prisoners of war, the Palestinians. So if they can do that, why can't they do that in the United States? To American citizens. Oops, they already doing it. ICE agents killed a woman. American citizen killed a man. American citizen killed another man. American citizen. And men, so-called good men, sitting around and we do nothing. We all gonna end up dead. And you deserve it. And the hell that you learn about in church is going to be your reality. As that fire from nuclear fallout. Some of us better be happy that we are close to the blast and just get vaporized. Dying and suffering from radiation poisoning. Look it up, Google. Watch your body melt to nothing. I want to say this before I leave too. How disrespectful that orange Nazi, the Prime Minister of Japan, came here. She was smiling, sniggling, and giggling until she saw what this trash really was about. And he made the comment about sneak attacks or something. Japan know about being sneaky. Remember Pearl Harbor. Disrespectful. but he's an arrogant idiot. I would have never said no such thing. And then she knows about the bomb, the thousands of people this country dropped on her country. They didn't need to do that. Japan, see, this is probably a good thing, because now Japan, who is supposed to not develop a military, getting to the point, the hell with that. I'm develop my military. I'm start doing my thing. The hell with these Peckerwoods. Donald Trump actually has done a lot. Now here you are, the Negro in America, and you won't rise up. You keep waiting for the black Messiah, the black Jesus, some kind of savior come out the sky, dumb stuff. We should be on the forefront. We should be there taking advantage of the dissatisfaction. So Japan, because of this orange Nazi got a problem, we should be there on the scene, shaking her hand. We could be getting to the point, if there's no nuclear weapons, you could be witnessing the fall of America. And if America falls, and all the different states start doing their own thing, you should be in a position to get your part, because you earned it 500 years. If you're not in that position, then the only thing you're doing is being a follower, depending on somebody that's here. But you still have a slave mentality. You talk all that leadership, I'm a God stuff, and you ain't nothing but a follower. You're not a leader. We supposed to be, as men, as soul brothers, as black American men, we supposed to take the wheel, drive the car. You got Donald Trump driving your car. You got dead people. Malcolm driving your car. Dr. King driving your car. Invisible gods driving your car. You're the leader. I'm not getting in no car, some invisible god ghost driving the car. Dead people in a casket driving the car. The difference between you and I have grown. I have updated software. I live in reality. This is the reality's temple on earth. Reality. That's why you have a problem with me, because you live in fantasy world. Fairy tales. Disneyland. This here, in this time, would have put us in one of the most powerful positions we've never been in. Because this trash is stretched thin. They can't fight all of it. You have no leadership. You have a bunch of bums that think they are men because they can bully, they try to bully women, and the women not going for it because they see you ain't nothing. You're not a man. When you operate as a man, women can feel it. I don't care how masculine you call her. I don't care how tough, because I know myself. I was locked up. And those women in that place, they like me. Well, I am a little handsome, you understand. They saw me as a fighter. They were like, wow, this guy here. They know what I was up against. Fighting every day. Every day. black women, Puerto Rican women that was in there, our sisters, didn't make no difference. Red hair, natural hair, whatever. Those women will support you and rally around you because they can see, woo, I got a man here. It's a man here. He fighter. And some of us brothers, we have experienced that. These guys that got all or have all these problems with these women like that because they see your weakness. I would hope that this idiot do not open the Pandora's box. But see, that's what happens when you put your life in the hands of somebody else. That's what we have done. Black men and white men. We put our lives in the hands of some idiots. The whole Congress, a bunch of cowards and idiots, a bunch of sellouts. This is the perfect time. And I see some of the videos, and some of these people sound just like I do. They ready. And we should be in the forefront to lead the charge. Because I've studied this enemy. I know how to move. I know how to hit and retreat. Hit and retreat. Guerrilla warfare. Physically and mentally. When you're dealing with real leadership. You know you're dealing with somebody that is more powerful than you. You have to adjust. A lot of us will get hurt. So what? You're going to be hurt anyway when those nuclear radiation start coming down on you. So what? Men's supposed to be the provider, the protector. That's what you say. Well, get off your ass and do the protecting. You're letting this orange Nazi and these other sellouts destroy your life and the life of your children. And in making life all over the earth miserable. So we might as well be dead. We might as well be dead. I don't know why I didn't die from cancer in 2020 to see this bull crap. It's better to be dead. This is truly embarrassing. This orange Nazi and all these other sellout suckers running around, no consequences. None of them held accountable. And you want somebody to call you daddy. That's my father. That's my daddy. I wouldn't. You are an embarrassment. So I guess you be holding your chillin' when nuclear radiation start coming down, burn you and them up. And you deserve it because you did nothing. Sit on your ass and let these pieces of garbage destroy the earth. Because you scary bunch of cowards. That's not my fault. Because the black man and woman in this country, if you had implemented this, yes, I told you so, we'd be in the position to make a reality what Louis Farrakhan said in that song. The whole black world is waiting on you to see what the so-called Negro is going to do. I know what could have been done. Ready for this time. But you didn't heed the call. You decided to keep feeding your emotion, skinning and grinning, giving these scammers your money. They give you nothing. And now there's a price to pay. And yeah, I told you so. I'm not trying to brag on myself, but I knew this day was coming. I kept telling you, we don't know what's going to happen in the world. All the time, you can go to any of these videos, I'm always saying, something can happen in the world that can trigger something. And right now, we are actually living in it. And none of these suckers prepare you for nothing. Still with the edutainment, still what God gonna do, the religious babbling, Tariq Nasheed, don't know what he's talking about. He's an FBA and a DIJ and all this other foolishness. You are living in an environment, there's nowhere you can run. There's nowhere you can hide. What is it that the Bible talks about? The Bible says a day is coming where you're going to wish for death and death is not going to come because you deserve to suffer because you knew better. You knew better. In your heart, when you heard the words coming from this platform, in your heart, you knew. There was many people that came to this platform who knew and understood and didn't do a damn thing. Just view me as some kind of preacher, as entertainment. But they knew what I was saying was correct, but they too damn lazy and comfortable in the cesspool. Now, you got to pay the consequences. All of us. I told you so. I told you so. On that note, let me get out of here. Thank you for listening. Jot down your comments. Subscribe or whatever. This might be the beginning of the end. Oh well. I accept death. There's no tears. I'm not going to be running and hiding. I accept death. I accepted death in 2020. A lot of suffering. Gas prices is going to be the least of your problem. This is what we asked for. The men, the leaders, the warriors, and the God have failed us. And many of you women, you support them. You see where your leadership led you to. Don't blame Angel Snub Number 7. Blame yourself. Because we did, going back to 2018, making mockery, stealing the idea, want to change the idea. You want to bring the updated back, turn it backwards. That don't make any sense. Steal the idea, laugh, pipe dream. Look where you at. bunch of comfortable slaves who will die a horrible, horrible death. I know you don't want to hear that. Oh well. It's up to the orange monster who you follow. That's your master. I hope he don't do this myself. And the other sellout Congress, Congressional Black Caucus is sellout. The Democrats sell out. All these suckers, they bunch of sellouts. Even the Caucasian people, even the white people know they're a bunch of sellouts. We sitting around here. You could be in the position to lead the dissatisfied. But you are nothing but a follower, plagiarist, copycat. Follow you where? We already know where you've been. You don't know where to go. You don't have no guidance. You don't have no wisdom. Lead the people to a grave site. A religious comic book. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oh well. We'll see in the next, within this month, how this is going to roll, because these people, America is losing. The blue state is losing. And what is it that they always say? Desperate times call for desperate measures. And these people are insane. They don't mind killing the whole world. And the so-called men, the protectors, talking about your lineage, my biological children, you worried about your blood. Yeah, your blood gonna be mixed with nuclear radiation. Your blood. All human beings have the blood, have the same blood. Traveling the same path. You are insane, just like them. And that's another thing I want to say before I get out of here. We talk about the orange Nazi. But this is the mindset of the patriarchy, male leadership. Men, written by their hands, have always done this kind of stuff. The United States is the ultimate, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the ultimate manifestation. But if you look at the history, this is what men do, period. Violent, destructive, greedy, selfish. This is just what men do throughout history. I don't care what history it is. It could be Asian history. It could be Australian history. It could be whatever. Wherever you find men in charge, you're going to find death and destruction. Civilization was not built by being civil. It was built by violence. It was good for technology, good for the arts. It made women slaves. It made men slaves. It took away our freedom, individual freedom, and put everything in the hands of a certain few on top. All of us deserve land. All of us deserve water. You got a bunch of folks, and then they use their military. They use the poor, the same people that they take from, using them to defend the land and the resources that they took from the poor. And we want this to continue. You have a small group of people that have the majority of the wealth on the planet. And they are sick. They want to be some kind of extreme slave owner. And we sitting around allowing this as men. Then we on videos, man, it's so hard to make it out here. I make $100,000 a year. I still live paycheck to paycheck. You living in a car. You living in an RV and blah, blah, blah. Why? Because this small group of idiots hogging the wealth for themselves. That's why. They are insane. I wouldn't even feel good having more than I would ever need in a lifetime and just sitting on it. Then raising their spoiled ass children that's not in the military. The poor and the middle class is in the military. When we gonna stop all this? And they got your sons and your daughters in the military fighting for another country, not even fighting for America. America is in Iran fighting for another country. Woo! This would have been the perfect opportunity for us. Listening to a bunch of scumbags, scammers. You call them leaders. They led you to what? And you suffering at the gas pump. And our people still being shot down and missing in the streets. Bunch of pitiful ass men laughing because black women laid off their jobs because of DEI. Because they pitiful men. Pathetic men. What man, what real man gonna laugh at women or anybody losing their job? You sick as hell. Because you want to control them. Control the man. Control the Nazi. But that just shows you how pitiful and pathetic these guys are. They won't challenge other men. They want to try to challenge women and whatever. It's sickening. So you have all this supreme wisdom, all this knowledge and understanding. Yet and still, wherever this peckerwood ride, you got to ride with them. You can't get off the boat. Trying to show you. Where is it? Mississippi campaign. Lifeboat. You didn't want to build a lifeboat. Now you have to pay the consequences. As you know, we don't acknowledge God. But it would be appropriate because many of us do. So I can say, may God have mercy on your soul. With that said, if there's a next time, I am the Angel Snub Nub 7. This was and is the Reality's Temple on Earth.